now.
Right 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 now.
Right.
Right now.
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 Because it's time to write now.
Right 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 now.
Welcome to our weekly writers group, where we are joined by writers in the community. This is our 104th meeting. Welcome. Today we're going to be chatting up writing, getting some work done, and we will do a couple sprints as well. Now, you know me, I am getting so close to wrapping up final edits, doing the final proof on The Last Scarecrow. So we'll probably be doing a couple more or longer writing sprints today so we can really be productive. So that's what we got. We'll hop into some writing and we'll see just kind of what's on our mind. But first, I'm joined by the incredible Chat Soul. Hey, what's up, friend?
So I will say once again, I'm not writing this week. I am going to be doing some character drawing. With trying to move and everything. I still want to write. I still try to write. But there is so much else going on that just trying to draw my characters is just a little easier to focus on right now. So at the very least, I'm working on characters that I'm actually going to be using, characters that give me practice in some way, shape, or form. And I'm always thinking about my stories, even if I'm not actively writing. So.
Yeah, and I know you were working on your on character drawings last week, which was really cool. It was really cool being able to see your character art. And I think sometimes we're at a point in life where we kind of have to take a little bit of a breather. And I think allowing yourself to take that break is actually really productive. But you're still doing something creative. And it's interesting because even though you're not putting words on paper or words on to the computer, you're still developing characters in a way.
Oh yeah, no, just I cannot leave my stories alone for any moments.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can't write them, then I'm at least thinking them. If I have trouble with even that for whatever reason, trying to draw them out, either existing characters or characters I'd like to use, actually helps because I did notice this last week with Siku, that drawing the character really gave me a far better idea of this is how this character moves.
Interesting.
I've drawn, because I showed some of my drawings off last week. I have other drawings that I've done as well, including, I know I shared this one on the Discord, I think last year at some point, of a species I had created myself called the Ecaldi. Drawing that for art class for my degree that I tried to go for before I switched to creative writing actually helped give me an idea of, okay, well, I've been working on this species for years, but then I actually drew it and it's like, wait a minute. Would they really move like that with their wings? How heavy were their horns, and would that make them slouch? Or would that give them stronger muscles, so it would make their shoulders broader? I actually started thinking about that, and it really made me think, okay, now that I can actually see it, it makes things more interesting.
That's really fascinating. So essentially having to develop the visuals for the characters has given you some extra exploration on their physicality in the text as well.
Yep.
It's really fascinating, actually. I could totally see that. It's almost like when we see, when we have a story and then we see different adaptations of it, we kind of end up exploring different versions of those stories and the characters, which is really cool. And by the way, gargoyles.
I do want to say this. With gargoyles, they're actually not too terribly far off in terms of what they kind of look like, except these things are a little more leaner. They're not nearly as heavily muscled as gargoyles are usually depicted, mainly because they are far longer. Basically, you're looking at a human versus a Na'vi in terms of their height difference, except rather than being like Na'vi, and these, for one, these things don't have kudus, their braid tether. And yeah, that's actually what I figured he meant.
Yeah,
Like, pictured that, like,
I actually assumed
immediately.
the TV show as well. I was like, yep, it's been a while
But
since
the
I've seen.
Acoli are definitely an apex predator. For anyone who's familiar with Avatar, think of a Thanator with wings and a little bit leaner. These things are terrifying. Plus, also hollow bones, larger lung capacity. They live up where the air is really thin. They were an interesting species to create.
And by the way, Ambrosia, it's great to see you back, my friend. And then Wheelie Gal, as always, welcome back. Always good to have you. You said you talked to the group about getting a website. I'm curious, like a website for your book, for like an author website. Give us more details. Websites also importante. What was that, Soul?
Yeah, no, I said yes. No, please let us know what kind of website you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm
CT.
gonna admit, Embro, I have never actually watched Gargoyles. I saw clips and pieces of it growing up, but I was never really up at the time that it was playing, or I was watching something else. So I know it from images and friends who watched it or classmates, but I never actually saw the show myself. I think it's on Disney Plus, though. I might check it out.
Gargoyles is a cool show. It was a cool little animated show. I don't think that was one of the ones that I watched like exclusively or I watched like all the way through. I think during that period of time, I think I was much more into DuckTales and the Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, the ones in that part of the franchise or in that universe. I was like Gargoyles always came on around the same time, but I don't think I ever got to it. Oh, that's right. Clearly, so it's something you need to watch. That's right. So we got. I remember she hopped in. She was talking during the live stream. So like a couple weeks ago, I had James on with websites, and we did like the website stream. And I remember Wheelie Gal, you were talking about getting your like website put together. James like knows what he's talking about. Every single time I bring him on, he like does like the deep dive on my website and he picks all these things that I've like done wrong. James is actually the one who created and put together the last Scarecrow website that I use. He let me go make minor adjustments to it, and just in terms of like some pictures and some text. And I did it because I'm trying to like I don't want to take advantage of his time. And there's a lot of updates to that website. But one of the things I did, I like changed the font on there. I changed like the image on it, and it's like, yeah, you shouldn't do it like this, and this because of this. I'm like, yep, all right, well,
Yep.
go show what I know.
Yep.
Wheelie Gal, that's so cool. Hopefully you're able to get your website up with James' help. That's really cool. He definitely knows what he's talking about. Hey, what's up, Jacqueline? Welcome, my friend. Let's see. I've been watching. I know. Let's see. I've been watching Static, Shock, and Grim.
I will admit, watching especially older cartoons actually really is interesting for both artists and writers, because I feel like, about a decade or more past, the cartoons were a little more unique, I feel like. I feel like today, at the very least, in terms of animation style and art style, they tend to be a little more similar. I think part of it is the technology. But yeah, no, I definitely feel
You
like,
sound distant, by the way, so.
yeah, I am so sorry. It is this mic. I'm not using my usual mic, the same one that Kaufman has. I still have to laugh that we end up using the same one. I have a desktop mic and same brand, but it's a lesser one.
Okay. Sorry, Ambrose. You said you've been having a rough day, spilt coffee all over you. Channel that into your characters. How would your characters react to having coffee spilled over them? What if your characters got coffee thrown at them? What would they do?
You know, I have actually done stuff like that before, both as therapy and both just as I have no idea what else to do. I have actually taken moments I'm currently dealing with and put my characters into those moments, and it's funny. It can be incredibly funny.
So that's actually always a really cool technique. So this is a pro just character development technique. If you're ever struggling with coming up with developing one of your characters, whether it's a main character, supporting, or a minor, um, take a random situation like coffee spilling on them or coffee being thrown at them. That's just an example, and then apply that to the character and ask yourself, how would this character react in this type of scenario? It can be a real world scenario like coffee being thrown at them. It could be a fake scenario, them getting attacked by a dragon. But the goal is just to do a what if in your head and asking how would this character respond, and it will help give you some it might give you some additional insight in how this character might respond differently as compared to how would you normally respond, or how would one of your other characters respond.
I will say this. I know I've mentioned my therapy work before. That is actually what I did with my character, Soren. In his work, Soren actually has gone through almost every event I have gone through in my life. Either literally, like he went through his best friend moving when they were younger, moving to a new home, into a different location. But he's also gone through, if I couldn't do the exact event, either for privacy reasons or he was just not in a position to go through that, like a divorce. I put him through the same emotions. And it was really interesting trying to figure out, wait, if this character's me, how would I have reacted if this situation had gone differently? How would I have reacted if the variables had been different? It was really fun actually trying to figure all that out.
It really is. So I'll throw that scenario to you then with your main character of your pirate series. If coffee got thrown at them, what would they do? Ambrosia asked, what would Pebble do? Our feisty little pixie Pebble. If someone threw coffee at her, would she be fast enough to dodge it? She may or may not be able to dodge it, depending. But then she would take the cup, light it on fire, and then throw it back at the person. That is definitely how Pebble would respond. But Mr. Crow, on the other hand, would probably just eat the coffee and the cup.
If Kasai if it was hot coffee, Kasai probably actually wouldn't feel it. It would actually be kind of cool compared to his general temperature.
So it's like steaming hot coffee. It just like hits him, and he's like,
it's like lukewarm water at most. The guy controls fire, so it's gonna be like, you splashed water on me. Why? If it's iced coffee, expect a bit more of a response, but he's gonna give you a weird look, or himself a weird look, and then he's gonna clean up.
Attacked by a mad mom Karen dragon who throws coffee on the manager. Our next dragon's gonna be named Karen. Karen, the mad mom dragon. The MMD. Karen, the MMD. Oh man. Or so it changes. It's not a coffee, it's rum.
Sai technically is not old enough to drink, and he never really did, so but it would still be the same effect, just kind of like, why? And then clean it.
Do you touch, I mean, obviously like it's a pirate themed world. Do you touch on alcohol or substances in your world at all? Or do you
I have not. I have considered it in the third book, but I have not actually done it yet. Partially because because my world actually, pirates actually takes place like a couple thousand years into the future. It doesn't seem like a sci-fi book, but it actually is. But some certain rules, like don't drink before you're 21, actually did stick with humanity for some reason. And Kasai's family his mom was kind of one of those people. We're gonna stick to that rule. But also because her upbringing kind of taught her that too. Alcohol might be mentioned a few times here and there, but for Kasai and Ox specifically, they actually do not touch it. I think some of the older characters might drink a few times. The third book is a lot harsher, however. It might come up more often in the other person's point of view. Because similar to the second book, the third book is a dual point of view.
Interesting. I ask. I don't think I touch on any. I don't think I touch on any like type of alcohol or drugs in Scarecrow. Obviously, it's post-apocalyptic in a sense.
Yes, but
I
post-apocalyptic can look so different depending on what kind of post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, and I think because we're a Scarecrow really takes place in a survival of the fittest type world. I think like that type of thing isn't really an option for the most part. And the first book hasn't really explored any type of the first book hasn't really explored any type of society, any type of like normal ish looking society where people are living or characters are living like a day-to-day life. Almost every single scenario and setting is characters are trying to survive because the world is basically degenerated. I think the second book there is going to be a setting, there is going to be a location where we'll be able to see some characters who are living more of a day-to-day life within a certain area. And I have considered one of the characters might deal with some type of alcohol or substance or something.
Basically, they're going to be dealing with some kind of addictive substance.
Yeah, I might have one of the characters deal with some type of addictive something.
And who says it actually has to be existing drugs or alcohol? It could be something that's equivalent to their world too.
And that's always the thing that I ask. I'm like, okay, well, do I make it something that's more like normalized, something that's easy to get close to alcohol, or do I make it something that's more on the magical side of it, or that's more like magically facing? And then how does that react to their character journey and their development? What's interesting is there's one type of drink in the world, or there's one type of drink that my character mentions, the grizzly bear, and it's a type of tea that he's very much fond of that reminds him of his homeland.
Is it some kind of hallucinogenic?
Because
for some reason that's where my mind went.
It isn't, and I had just like I had it'll be a funny gag later on in the series, but it's something that he always drinks. Or always starts drinking, and they always think it's tea, and then somebody else drinks it, and it's like basically like alcohol in a sense.
That is just awesome.
It just made me laugh. Jacqueline, that's awesome. You said you have high energy characters too that wouldn't feel the heat. I know it's always interesting, like when with our characters, like something as simple as coffee or alcohol, it's these other types of areas though that we want to think about. It's these other types of things that we want to be challenging our characters with what ifs, because even though we might have a story where like Scarecrow, they're not obviously not dealing with a lot of like normalized day-to-day behaviors or activities, but it's still important to ask yourself these scenarios so that way you can further develop the characters, because you're asking yourself what is really their emotional response. Because I'm sure some of the things they're dealing with in your story, they're probably having some similar emotional responses to certain things, I'm sure.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I know when I put Soren through a lot, his responses were actually not too terribly far off from my own. And that was me barely thinking about writing. That was kind of one of my like vibe moments where I was letting my brain do the work, but I didn't actually reread it until I didn't actually like think about it until I reread it. And then it's like, oh, I actually wrote this. When I wrote Kasai going through a panic attack, he actually responded very, very similar to what I did. And it actually did help, funny enough, that actually did help with my therapy for a little bit. So, and I just found that hilarious because it's like, okay, I think I just kind of helped myself out through something.
Oh man, Ambrosia, you said that you don't have like coffee hardly phases you. Isn't that similar with you too? So don't you say that like coffee, like
caffeine doesn't work on if you have ADHD or it seems like a lot of neurodivergence. Caffeine doesn't work on people like that the same way it does.
Interesting. So you could have like a large cup of coffee and you just don't really feel any type of effect.
At most, I have drank 4 Big Reds in like half a day, and it actually makes me fall asleep. If that gives you any idea.
That is so crazy. I am a lifelong coffee connoisseur. We'll say connoisseur, not addict, like the rest of America. But granted, I also worked in the coffee industry for many, many years, so I have a slight
You were around it.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's kind of interesting to see people's coffee habits. I am continued to, it is my belief that coffee is America's number one drug of choice.
That is not what I would think, but then again, I also talk to a lot of people from the South, and they would say sweet tea.
They would say, what was that?
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea. Oh, interesting.
Either sweet tea or iced tea, depending
Is
on who you
sweet
talk
tea,
to.
is that really popular down in the South?
From what I've heard, my God, it is more common than water.
And you know, that's a
But
really
it
good
might
point
be the
because
people I talk to.
I've always only ever been used to West Coast culture, and traditions generally. But it's interesting because I know when I traveled to Georgia earlier this year, it was really fascinating to be able to see the South, just be able to see, like, that was the first time that I experienced the South. That's fascinating. It's cool to see another different types of cultures. It's like there's a lot of the same things, obviously, but then there's a lot of like just minor cultural differences, which is fascinating. Oh, yep,
Thanks,
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Yep, there. Sounds like Jacqueline's agreeing with you. So any Southerners, you're like, all right, it's all about that tea life. I really thought like the tea life was very much like a more like a UK, like British type stereotype.
I think that's why I specified sweet tea or iced
Hmm.
tea.
Yeah, I used to drink way more coffee, and then I started getting like an intolerance to it, so I've had to cut down my coffee intake overall.
You know, I even like think about stuff like that. That was actually interesting for characters, though, because that's actually one thing I've tried doing with my characters is give them some kind of mundane thing
Hmm.
that sticks with them. So like some characters they smoke. Some characters you always find them sewing. Some characters they're always eating this one specific food.
Hmm.
I've tried doing that with my characters, and even small stuff like that really can make a
I like
difference.
that. I think it gives them a mundane. I think it gives them a.
It gives them life.
It's like it rounds out their character actually. So let me pose this back to you, the community. What is a mundane thing that that either your main character or some of your characters do? It's not supposed to be like a big plot point. It's not supposed to be a big thing, but it's kind of like that subtextual or something that's very minor that they do consistently or inconsistently throughout their journey. I have I ask myself, I think the first thing that comes to mind for me would probably be Mr. Crow. And that thing is that he eats everything. But it's not like an overt thing. It's something that's very minor and supposed to be comedic. And then one of the characters points it out later on, but he literally eats everything from, and things that shouldn't be edible. Like he will eat rocks and stones.
I love characters that have weird little quirks like that.
Hmm. But it's not supposed to be a main thing. It's just supposed to be like a minor, like throwaway thing. They're like, oh, okay, that's a Mr. Crow thing. But things like that, like they round out characters' personalities, and readers remember the collection of those different habits. You
Once
named
you make
it.
a character relatable,
Hmm.
people can instantly latch on to them.
Hmm. Because we all do random things, right? We all have random habits and quirks and things that we do, things that we're proud of, things we're not proud of, and everything in between. Our characters are like that as well. And the more that we can add that complexity to our characters, the more our readers are like, yeah, I can relate with that, or I feel like I know somebody who's like that, right? And it's trying to build that emotional connection with our characters.
And something that I want to point out is sometimes a character they don't have much screen time. They don't have more than like a small appearance, but they do something that can stick with a person. But then you
Hmm.
got characters that you see more often, and then you see the little bits. So it's not just mundane things. It's more just relatable in some way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
Things that they do that make people notice them. And I guess I want to point that out just because I have characters like that before, not just ones that I've written where they do small things, but
Hmm.
characters that I've latched onto from from other series where it's like these are not important characters, or they just don't appear often, but they do something that can't be ignored. I've latched onto characters that have done something that have like changed the course of the character's life.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've latched onto characters where it's like I saw them reading a book and nobody else was doing that, and I like them for that. That is like one of the most mundane things possible, I think. And yet I've latched onto characters that do that.
Broja cough, Pebble cough. So that's always the funny thing. People are either like Team Pebble or Team Crow. And I think it's because I've given both them very distinct personalities and and random mannerisms.
Oh yeah. And that's actually one good thing with characters in books, shows, TV, whatever. Characters that differ from each other.
Characters
Not
that
just
what was
in
that?
looks, differ. So basically, characters that are different from each other, even to the point of complete and total opposites. The more characters you have that are different, the more interesting a story can seem because it seems more varied.
By the way, Wheelie Gal, that's pretty cool. I know Wheelie Gal is working on a scarecrow themed a scarecrow type story as well. So you absolutely should, Wheelie Gal, if you're trying to get feedback on it or you just want to share it in the community, go throw it up under like the feedback or one of the channels, and I know writers will check it out, especially because scarecrow is kind of on everyone's minds. Almost.
That does remind me, I am also working on something for the scarecrow book, but it's only about maybe a sixth of the way finished. I've got the base down, but I'm trying to decide on certain designs. But Kaufman shared a reading, I think it was either last week or the week before. I'm actually been trying to draw that character.
Yes. And
having a lot of fun with that.
I'm trying to think. I was like, have I done it? I don't know if I've done that character scene in an official reading. I think the last time I read it on stream was probably a couple months ago. But it is a very unique, quirky character. And
all you had done was read some of the description. And the second you read that, I wanted to draw that character, and I've been working.
And I think 100% of the readers and my editor who made it through that chapter all liked that character. They're a minor character in the book, like they're not meant to be a major one, but they have a very
distinct design. Is my first
They have
thought.
a distinct design and a distinct personality. And when you have minor characters like that, they have to stand out immediately because they're not humongous characters like that. So awesome. I know that was kind of, with Team Jacob and Team Edward, that was actually one of the things I thought about with Team when I thought about Team Pebble and Team Crow in the marketing, and I'm like, all right, let's just do that. This sounds great. Fluff, what's up? Fluff, by the way, you won one of the prizes back in the Scarecrow contest. Shoot me a message on Discord so I can get the details to you, because I don't think I got your contact info. So shoot me a message on Discord or send me an email so I can get the get you the winning the stuff. Okay, so on that note, let's get some writing in because I'm feeling super inspired right now. Revising and editing, final edits on my end. I'm like doing all the things. So let's hop into it. Let's do it. We're going to start off with one super easy sprint. We're going to do 30 minutes on the clock to start off with. I believe in it. I think we can do it. I know. So you're working on writing. You're drawing some character today. I'm doing final edits. So we'll check in. Let's see what we can accomplish. We'll come back in 30 minutes. And if you're enjoying our chat so far, tap that like button. We appreciate you. All right, let's do it. So whether you're writing, editing, revising, author branding, or you're just hanging out, come join us because it's time. Right now. All right, and we are back. How did that writing sprint treat you? Hopefully, you were able to make some progress that time. Hopefully, I know I'm making a solid little push here. I went back and I'm making some minor adjustment to some of the earlier chapters. Like I've been this past couple of weeks. I feel like this is the most I've ever hopped around the manuscript out of order to fix a bunch of minor things. So it's cool. It's cool. It's fun stuff, but it's kind of weird. And I'm sure Sol, you can probably relate when you're like at the end stage of your manuscript, and I'm kind of like hopping between different beats where it's like early on in their journey, but then it's late on in their journey, and it's in the middle of their journey, and it just kind of it's crazy. How did that sprint treat you? Looks like you're joined by your mascot.
And he's teething, so he'll probably chew me a lot. I started work on a character. I have no idea who they are. I just started kind of sketching, so
Mhm.
he's pushing me. But yeah, I have no idea who I'm actually like drawing right now, but
Mhm.
it's kind of starting to like where they're going. I was just working on the hair when he decided he was going to attack me, so
Mhm. Always fun. Always a fun distraction. Um, Jacqueline, 400 words. Nice. It sounds like you were able to get like a good little start there to that sprint. Excellent. Fluff, you finished the chapter you were working on. It's always a great place to be. It's always so much fun. It's crazy when I'm rereading some of these like beats and these chapters and these scenes. I'm like, it sounds so good. I'm so happy at how it sounds. Oh, it's gone through so much. So I
you'll
thought
go
the
back to it
manuscript.
later in a few days, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, how in the world did I write something this terrible?"
It's so crazy because like I thought the manuscript sounded so great after I finished a third draft, and then I sent it off to readers for feedback. And then there was like all these like none of the major story beats, but a lot of like minor story beats that needed to be fixed, and a lot of things that needed to be made clearer. And then I fixed those. Then I sent it to the editor, and the editor basically like line edits half the manuscript as an editor should, or line edit recommendations, and then suggestions to search in story beats. Um, and I think throughout the entire manuscript, when I think about my beta reader feedback and then my editor feedback, I feel like the beta reader feedback helped me clarify a lot of minor character beats in like particular scenes throughout the novel. They helped me clarify a lot of the minor character beats. Um, Predominantly, I would say in Act One. I would say probably a predominant in Act One, Three, and Four, and then my editor help me clean up the text, reduce redundancies, and make it just make it as easy to read while also still having that poetic style that I tend to use for my writing. I think the editor there's only really one major story beat that I made a bigger adjustment to than I'd anticipated in act at the end of Act One. So, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Sometimes the smallest thing can make a difference.
Yeah. But after I'd finished the third draft before I sent it to them, I thought like the manuscript was in a good place. I'm like, well, shows what I know. But that's the point of the feedback loop, right? We cannot we can't put stories out into the world unless we get feedback from others. Because without others' feedback and insight and advice, and of course we don't have to take everything, but we do have to get that cycle going. Because there's things that we don't think about as the author. So and now this like final draft that it's getting into is it's fun. It's cool. So it sounds like we're all doing some cool things. Soul, remind me, what is the character that you're working on?
So yeah, I have no idea who exactly they are. Just I just kind of just started sketching.
Mm-hmm.
I might use them for something. I might just be sketching just like a practice character sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really all I can show
Wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. That kind of wait, put it up on the screen one more time.
I wish I could share screens from a different device, but
Oh, that's fine. That kind of it's interesting. I think with the way that you have the mouth, for some reason it gives me a vampire vibes. Maybe elf, like because I can't tell if the ear. You might be going for a pointed ear, but for some reason, I get vampire vibes from it.
I could see that.
Yeah, I'm asking myself why, and I think it's because of so far with the reflection in the eye, the smirk, and the potential pointed ear make me lean toward vampire.
I could definitely see that. Like I said, I have no idea who this character is yet. I've just been sketching them, so they might end up as something, they may not. It just kind of depends on where I want to go with them.
Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, allowing your creativity to just roam and be free and see what comes of it. Yeah, it's interesting. When you're populating your world with characters, how do you decide like what character is like the next one to put into your story?
I look at what my main character needs. So, like when I was developing Pirates, that was a little different because I already had the cast of characters more or less planned out by the time Kasai was finalized. But then I looked at Echo Fire when writing Age of Ash, and I had to think, okay, well, she's gone through this. She needs a character that does that. But then it's like, wait, no, she needs multiple characters that do that. But they all do it that in different ways. I think I try to focus more on what the main character actually needs. If I'm trying to develop the main character, then yeah, no, I try to think of what kind of story fits them, or do they fit the story that's already being written, depending on which has come first. And then when I actually take the story that's finished, the story that's written, and I take the main character and I'm thinking about, okay, well, who are they supposed to encounter next? Sometimes I have to think of, okay, are they encountering somebody that is supposed to just simply annoy the crap out of them? Are they supposed to encounter somebody that they care about? I will use Soren as a very good example for a character I did not intend on bringing back, but I did. In one of Soren's stories, Claws in the Sands, he actually ended up encountering fishmen. And that's my One Piece therapy fanfiction work, so not unusual. He had actually broken them out of crates because they were going to be sold as slaves. And he broke them out. One of the characters I actually gave a minor description to. I did not intend to do that. That was not meant to actually mean anything beyond let him focus on this one character and give that moment more meaning than what it had. Later on, he actually encountered that character again in a very bad situation in the most recent story that was published for him. And that character actually ended up being extremely important. I realized that even without realizing it, I had made that character for that moment. If I had not given that character a description, he wouldn't have come back, and he wouldn't have meant to Soren what he did when he reappeared. If he hadn't reappeared, Soren, he may have still escaped his situation, but it wouldn't have meant quite the same thing. It still would have been, okay, I got free of this terrible moment. And instead, it turned out to be, okay, I'm not just freeing myself, I'm freeing somebody else. And it had a far deeper meaning than what I had originally anticipated. I was actually able to connect a previously existing character that was given a random description. And it worked that way.
Yeah,
and that is a series, by the way. So it wasn't in the same story. That minor character actually ended up appearing 2/3 of the way into the next story.
It's cool how the character development kind of played off one another, which as it should, right? Especially
yeah.
with our how it affects our main character.
Yes. Like I said, I did not intend for that kid to come back, but then it's like, wait a minute. I need something that's going to jar him, something that's going to push him where he needs to go. And it's like, I have a character already in mind. I have a character I've already described. I've already had a character that he encountered for all of 2 seconds. But that character worked. And it was a character that Soren needed to progress. All I had to do was just flesh him out a little.
Yeah, I remember asking myself a very similar question when I was fleshing out Scarecrow and his main cast of his main supporting characters. Because Crow was the first one, but I always knew that Crow would be like the eccentric, like kind of like that eccentric uncle who spouts nonsense, but who's kind of crazy and you can't tell whether he's good or bad. And then I remember wanting a character who was more relatable at times, but who was the opposite personality type than Scarecrow, and that's how we came up with Pebble, the pixie, because I wanted somebody who would always basically say whatever was on their mind and always be flying into danger or be going into danger, and that's how we came up with Pebble. But then we have Scarecrow, who's generally a kinder character, wants to help others, but always falling apart. We have Crow, who spouts nonsense and doesn't know what he's doing. Then we have Pebble, who goes into danger and basically cusses everyone out. Then I needed a character that was going to ground the four of them, or ground them, and that's when I came up with the Grizzly Bear, who's the more of like the scholar historian. He's the one who has a little bit more knowledge about the world, so he kind of acts as a foil against Scarecrow's naivete. And that's kind of how
It's always fun making those kind of characters that they balance out the main character, even if they're not there right away. Once they come in, it's like, holy crap! I didn't even realize this character needed them that bad.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's the last of like the main characters introduced, but two of the individuals who've gone through the manuscript so far loved his character, like loved the bear's character very much so. But he's the last one introduced, so he doesn't always get the same spotlight that the pixie and the crow did. It's kind of in like Wizard of Oz, where technically you get introduced to the Scarecrow and the Tin Man first, and then Cowardly Lion is the last one that's introduced in the lot. So it's always interesting just trying to make sure they all get equal development and time. And I've really been thinking through. I know I'm like finishing the edits on this one, but I mean, I started planning in my head months ago, what the character journey is going to look like in book 2. And I'm really trying to round out the cast of who my supporting characters are going to be. And I know I can't give too many details, but I do have I do know 3 of I do know a couple of the main characters who are going on this next part of this adventure. So it's really interesting back in that, like, okay, well, which characters are really going to work well? And the question now in book 2 for me is like, okay, well, to what extent do I use pre-existing characters that I've already set up? And to what extent do we introduce new characters?
I will admit, I actually had that kind of issue with the third Pirates book. Well, it's not written. It has been started, and I actually did have to think of, okay, I'm bringing certain characters back, but there's some of them. Do I want to bring character A back, or do I want to bring character B? I actually ended up going with character B because it actually changed the flavor of the story, and he fits so much better because character A would not have been a bad idea. Character B is going to actually challenges Kasai in the way character A could not, simply due to inexperience. And then I also had to decide if characters that are they actually meant to come back, and if so, how? in the prologue, I actually give a hint to a previous character that was in the first 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
The way he comes back is entirely unexpected, and I think some people are going to be mad I did that to him.
Oh, shit.
But it's like, I kind of had to. For one, it fits the flavor of another character, but also just, there wasn't anything better to it.
Mm-hmm.
And a character from the first book ended up in the second as well. But I will admit, I got lazy with him and he ended up dying off. I feel bad for doing that.
It's interesting because I've thought of book 3 as well. Like I know the whole story that I want to tell. And I'll start talking a little bit more about my series plans for Scarecrow after book 1 launches and I start going into book 2. But I already have the main character journey of book 3 as well. And I've kind of been trying to like anticipate that so I don't fall into that trap of which characters do I already know from book 1 are going to be featured more predominantly in book 3. So that way I can make sure that I'm setting them
fun
up
little
correctly.
thing to figure out.
What was that?
That's always a fun little thing to figure out.
Yeah, I want to make sure I'm setting them up correctly so that way I don't have to change anything that's canon after book 1 is launched. If I make changes to book 1 after its initial launch, all the changes I'm going to make would be more like stylistic changes to improve the text. But I really don't want to change anything that's canon from the day book 1 launches. At least that's my goal anyways. So that way the readers who consume the story will be able to return to the same story or at least slightly improved writing if I redo it in a few years. So, awesome. Let's get some more work in. So let's hop back into another writing sprint. This time we will definitely go longer. And we're going to make a larger push this time. We will go 45 minutes on the clock. I believe in us. And I think we can definitely get some words in. So let's do it. If you're coming and hanging out or you're just trying to get some work in, now's the time. We're going a longer sprint, 45 minutes. I believe in us. Let's push. So whether you're writing, editing, or revising, come join us because it's time to right now. Yes. All right, my friends. So that is the writing sprint. How did that treat you? It looks like Soul had to take off, but I feel like we were able to make some good progress. Hopefully, you were able to make a push as well. I know I'm like hard at work. I'm in the zone, and whenever I'm in this point, I'm just like keep going, keep focusing, keep pushing. Hopefully you're able to push. So that was a really good sprint. I felt really, really strongly about that push. And I always love doing our writing sprints with y'all, especially during writers group. Nice, Jacqueline. You're like, I did surprisingly well this round. I was dictating while trying to eat my first meal. I don't usually dictate manuscript, but I think it worked. You're like, all right, looks like that worked out well for you. That's awesome. Nice. Yeah, I've never really tried like dictating a manuscript before. I feel like that would be really interesting. Yeah. I'm like asking myself what that would actually look like. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I wonder, I'm like, because we've had writers who will do that, and we've definitely have had writers who will like write their entire story through speech to text. And I think it's definitely a strategy, and I think it can actually be probably really effective. And I think it probably could. So, all right. And nice, Fluff. You're like, got 1,000 words. Excellent. Sounds like you're making great progress as well. Sounds like you also made a really great push. That's awesome. I was like, it's hard for me to be able to track the number of words where I'm at in these current sprints since all mine's hopping around in edits. So, but I'll be back to the word tracking once I start in book 2. Oh, we'll probably do a little bit of like give myself a breather in August. And then of course my 2 focuses will be on recording the audiobook for book 1 and then starting development and planning for book 2. It usually shuts off before I can think of what I'm saying. I know that's happened to me before. You're like, all right, I'm gonna do speech to text. You hit it, and you're like, and you're trying to think of like the thing to say, and then by the time you say it, it closes out. That's happened to me before. Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining this week's Writers Group. As always, Writers Group is the same time, same place every week for you to join in, chat with the other writers, and just see what's up. So I'll be back with Writers Group next Wednesday, same time, same place, 4 Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, whether you want to hop on stream or join us in the chat. And tomorrow is Thursday, so I'll probably be back on at some random time for another writing sprint or a writing session as I'm continuing to push on final edits with Scarecrow. Thank you all so much for joining. If you want to go hang out with other writers, I know JL is doing her Discord group over in on Writers Inc. And that's all that I got for y'all. All right, well, I appreciate it, y'all. Tap that like button, but unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the stream. Don't forget, words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers. Stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers. It's time to write
now.
Sorry.
Right now. Not right now, but right now. Read now, right now. Is that right?
Words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you